Hello, my name is Janine Eisenman. I am an occupational safety consultant with the Wisconsin On-Site Safety and Health Consultation Program known as WisCon. Today I'm going to provide you with a brief tutorial on what is an OSHA Compliance Directive and how would that pertain to our facility. OSHA directives are written statements of policy and procedure on a single subject, which generally include implementation guidelines and responsibilities for the agency's affected offices. OSHA Compliance Directives, or CPLs, are written instructions providing compliance policies and enforcement procedures on certain subjects, such as compliance with and enforcement of specific OSHA standards, or procedures to implement specific emphasis programs to target particular hazards. These policies are intended to ensure uniform enforcement by OSHA's field offices. So where would I find an OSHA CPL? First, we're going to go to the OSHA webpage, which is www.osha.gov. Then we will go to the top toolbar in gray under Topics, and on the far right, we're going to go under Key Topics and select Enforcement. So once arriving on the enforcement page, you'll notice in the second column there is a section called Compliance Directives. If you select that, you'll see a page similar to this, which you can actually look at the specific directive number if you know it. Or if you are looking under a NEP, National Emphasis Program, or an LEP, they will have the specific compliance directives listed for those as well. When looking at the below area as far as the directive numbers, it'll actually give you the CPL number, the originating office or affected area office, and also the subject matter directed towards that compliance directive. So now I know how to find a compliance directive. How does that pertain to my facility and how am I going to use that? Well, as we've seen previously, that OSHA will have compliance directives for different targeted hazard areas or standards. So what I would be doing is looking at my listing for my region as far as, let's say, local emphasis program. For Region 5, I noticed that there is a local emphasis program for powered industrial vehicles. I also, in my facility, have powered industrial vehicles. So if OSHA is going to use a compliance directive for the enforcement of this emphasis program, I as an employer can look at it and determine what they're going to be looking for, conducting a self-audit of my facility and assuring that I am in compliance. The copy of the compliance directive will look similar to this. In reviewing a compliance directive that OSHA will use when conducting an inspection associated with either NEP, LEP, or REP, again, as we looked at previously, the cover page identifying when it's in effect, what region, when it expires. We're also going to then start getting into what the purpose of it is, what the scope of the inspection will entail. Again, when it's going to expire. It will have definitions, and as you can see in this one, it actually lists the covered vehicles. So as an employer, I would be reviewing the content as far as, do I have these types of vehicles in my facility, and if so, how is this going to pertain to my facility during an inspection? The next section will cover references that OSHA used when developing this LEP and any background information containing statistical information associated with hazards, fatalities, or injuries associated with it. It will also have in here actions that the region or area office will take as far as how they're going to conduct the inspections and the procedures that they're going to use in the selection process. It's going to talk about data collection and what OSHA will be looking for. In this one, it will be the OSHA log for the last 3 calendar years if you're required to maintain a log along with the current year. It will talk about outreach opportunities. It's going to provide information regarding fatalities within that region. In this section, it's going to actually get into what are they going to be looking at when they're on site as far as the different type of vehicles, which is very valuable, I believe, to an employer as far as doing a self-evaluation or inspection of your facility or program. In this one, they also have, which I consider a bonus, is a sample dock safety program. I suggest with my employers that they take a look at this, see if any of the information contained within this sample dock safety program pertains to their facility, and if so, to develop a program associated with this and provide training to their employees.